Well, hello and happy new year. It feels like it's been absolutely ages since I've been chatting to you here. It's had Christmas and birthday, which I've shown you some of the catch up in the slides. I had an absolutely marvellous birthday on the 29th of December. Trying to think how old I turned. 54 this year. I think you start to forget more as you get older. And so we went on the mince pie train, which was absolutely marvellous, an old steam train, and went to a fabulous pub for lunch, a real cosy old-fashioned pub, and I scored an amazing china haul of 30s, 50s china and glasses and whatnot. But my mum had the 30s plates. I said they could be hers. So it's absolutely marvellous. And then I start back to work this Thursday. So I've been trying to finish a lot of sewing projects, being good before I cut out all the lovely new fabric that I've got. So I'm going to show you some of the completed projects in a bit, but I am wearing one today, the black dress inspired sort of in part by Louisa Darrell, and I kind of think of it as my French, provincial French sort of matrons, you know, madame dress. It's got that air to it, the sort of 30s, late 30s feel. So I'll talk you through that in a moment. And because I was laid up after my gallbladder operation, there was lots of knitting going on. So I finished knitting this amazing, shocking pink cardigan. And I've decided I do need to sew this shawl collar down. It just peels back, so I want to sew that down. I actually made the sleeves long enough for me for a change, but this was well, it felt a quick knit, 3 weeks. But I've been doing an even quicker knit. I started this last Tuesday. I can't remember the name of it. I'll pop it up. But it's another Andy Sutherland. This is Andy Sutherland's Hortensia cardigan. And then I wanted a V-neck, so I've started this. And this is in drops. Trying to think what it is. Again, I'll have to put that down below. Memory. But it's a lovely thick Aran weight. I think it's sort of a pinky, but sometimes it looks lilac, but it's going to be a V-neck raglan sleeve cardigan. I started that last Tuesday, as I said, so I cannot believe I have never knitted anything so what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you this outfit and talk you through this, show you some of the other makes that I've caught up and finished, so show you those outfits, and I will show you some of the things that are inspiring me and some fabrics I've got. So it's like a general catch-up mishmash before we move forwards into this new year. So first off, this dress, it's a sort of a stretchy sort of linen blend. I got it from Rainbow Fabrics Quiltband absolutely ages ago in this black, and then it's white flowers with a little pink. They're a bit more neon-y pink than this shocking pink of my cardigan. I've got long sleeves underneath, and if you see there's the square neck, which I did lots of white top stitching on, and if I peel back my cardigan, you can see on the cuffs here, I've got top stitching, and I did cheat buttons. It's quite thick here and I didn't want to cut through the threads of the top stitching, so I put snaps underneath the buttons, and they're easier to do up. So a little cheat tip, there you go, just done those up, and then Pearl King buttons that I was gifted over the top, and then I've got pockets which have got top stitching, so you'll see that in further detail. They're curved pockets. So the skirt is Experimental Space, the Rosalie dress, which I've shortened because that was a full-length dress, so I've shortened that, so it's very A-line skirt. The main bodice is from a vintage pattern, so I'll pop the picture up that I used, but really, I mean, I don't think I even had the front. I just think I used it as inspiration and drafted the whole bodice, and the sleeves are from a Simplicity pattern, so again I'll pop that one up. So yeah, it's a mishmash, as most things I make are, I sort of steal and borrow to pattern hack and do whatever I want to make my own clothes. I know the image I want, you know, the vision I'm, the direction I'm going in, the road that I travel. I'm sure you follow what I'm talking about, even if I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'll show you the outfit, and then we'll go on to the other bits and bobs. So it's been really lovely to clear the decks and get those things finished. I have still got a dress to finish for my daughter, and a couple of other little things. I've been doing some mending as well and that not. This is the big thing to get finished. I finally yesterday cut out the blue lining for my jacket, so I need to get a run at getting that finished. I'm determined that I am going to clear the decks, and I want to be wearing these things. Clear the decks before I start cutting out anything new. So that's me being as good can be. I have obviously got loads of other things to be inspiring me. Before I show you the fabrics and whatever, I just want to tell you some exciting news. The middle of January, we're hoping to get to Paris to see the Schiaparelli exhibition, which ends on the 22nd. Cutting it fine, but from when it started, we've just not had a moment when we could all go. It literally could be the 18th, 19th and 20th of January, right towards the end, when we all had a window when Millie's back from uni before she goes. New Year, Rosie could get some time from work, and it was just, well, it was going to be a week I had off work, but my operation put it back, so I'll literally be working the night before. So I think we've got to leave at 3 in the morning to get to Paris, and then I'll be working, get back on the Friday night, and I've got to work all day on the Saturday. So it really is a squished in window when I'd actually planned that whole week off. But there we go. I want to do this. So this, we didn't know if it was going to happen, and finally Rosie's passport arrived this morning, so we can now book accommodation, travel, everything. So that will be the next thing we do. I mean, talk about last minute. Annie's here, but that's the way of it. Rosie's passport would have been here ages ago, because we all had to apply to have them renewed, and they claimed that her photos were photoshopped. I mean, so we had to get a load more photos done, and this was all when I was laid up. Oh, it just became really difficult to sort out. And of course she hadn't photoshopped her photos. I remember at school there was some science thing they did, and it was face measuring, or what they call it, biometrics, who knows. But she falls in the very, very small percentage of people who actually have a symmetrical face. So I'm guessing they thought she photoshopped her photos because she's just so bloody gorgeous. She can't help that. I did suggest that she sort of put a photo like that, you know, so she looked a bit more on the wonk. She wasn't too keen. Anyway, so it looks like my dream might come true. We might be going. But I did get for Christmas from my love the exhibition book. And it's just an absolute, joy and delight. I just have always adored the link between artists, her vision, how real she was, the flamboyance, the theatre, you know, of her work. And to have this book, and then, I mean, to actually be going to see it, of which my girls are obviously very up for, so I cannot wait. I will show you some images in this book because it's just a delight. But yes, my love bought me this book. One, to obviously whet my appetite, but two, I decided I wasn't going to be disappointed. I used to suffer disappointment really badly. Yeah, I used to mull over disappointments for days on end, sometimes months, years. But now I'd say to myself, you know, if something's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. I have the book to enjoy, and if I wasn't meant to get to Paris in January, I will go another time. But yeah, it looks like everything's coming together. So very, very excited about it. So I'll just show you some pictures inside this marvellous, marvellous book, especially if you're not familiar with her work. Now, while I was doing my recuperating, I think I had about a week on the sofa before Christmas, which was just so unusual. Obviously did a bit of online shopping, and these came just after, but I got all sorts of these vintage magazines from Chevy at Pastel Bell, and they are all in perfect condition. They're just absolutely beautiful. Just hold up this first one, even the adverts on the back. Just trying to find, there was a beautiful, there's obviously all the way through, just so much inspiration. Rather than doing an overhead, I'm just going to show you some of the pictures in here. But you've got crafts you can make, you know, knitwear. All the transfers are in perfect condition, which Chevy did say she loves the fact that procrastination is an age-old thing, because somebody's never really used these. But I totally intend to knit this, can't see me, maybe that's a good thing, knit this waistcoat here. But I think, oh no, they don't call it a waistcoat here, they call it a cosy waistcoat. I love that, and the little hat as well, so that's definitely going to be, there's so much food thought in here. I'm just super, super excited. Just show you this one because I absolutely love, well, I do love the underwear illustration here. That's for one that you can embroider on. But what I wanted to show you here was, oh, sorry, just looking at this little cutie in a little romper, sort of beach romper suit. Now look at these transfers, they're embroidery transfers. I absolutely love them because you've got like the anchors, the fish, where's the sailing boats. I think, wasn't there a bluebird on here? Maybe I imagine that. No, there's no bluebird. And the aeroplane house, they're all holiday transfers, and some of them remind me of the old Sailor Jerry tattoos. Oh yeah, so Chevy absolutely love those. They came with some vintage buttons as well, which I'd ordered, so that was absolute joy and delight. And my other delivery, which came last weekend, these all need to be held on to. I haven't even washed them yet to be good, so I will wash them now. I've shown them to you. As a Fabric Godmother ambassador, we get paid, you know, a set amount, which we can have as money or in payment, you know, to our account to order some fabric. I usually say for ordering some fabric. The money will just frit away, and I'd like to be able to get some fabric. So these are my choices. I should hold you up here like so. So this first one here, this is from, I believe, from memory, a 1947 fabric swatch that was in a New York fabric sample book. And this one is Cotton Lawn. Let me just open it out a bit so you can see more of it. Just look at this, it's just absolutely glorious. Now I have had this in a viscose rayon. This fabric is far more stable. I did have it to make a dress for a wedding, and I made its V-neck strapless dress. It's a beautiful dress, but it's got a back zip on it, so I need someone around to help me, whoops, no tipping these over. I need someone to help zip me into it. And it just always feels that it's just for that time of year, and I cut the arm side far too low, which I don't like either. So it has some things that holds me back from wearing it, sadly, but I adore the fabric. So I wanted to make something else in it. This, I'm not too sure what I'm going to make. I normally buy fabric knowing exactly what I'm going to be making with this. I feel a bit naughty, but this was one that I absolutely adored, and I regretted what I made it in. So I can't wait to be doing something with it. This fabric was something that I have had on my wish list for absolute ages. I've seen so many lovely makes across Instagram in this fabric. It's from a 1930s print, but it also has very much that Celia Birtwell look for the prints that she did for Ozzie Clarke's designs in the 70s in the UK. I know what I'm going to do with this. I want to do very much a 30s, kind of 70-ish, but more leaning towards the 1930s blouse. But I'm not going to give any spoilers about the type of style and what I'm going to do with this. I want that as a surprise and a secret. So yeah, I was finally getting some of the things I really wanted. I'm getting all these loose threads coming off the bottom of the fabric. Talking of the loose threads, don't you sometimes think it would be much better to overlock your fabric before you wash it? Maybe you already do, but sometimes I get them out of the machine and they're all in this ball of threads, and I think, oh, if only I was a grown-up who could do all these organised things in life. Right, my last one, again, this was saved on my wish list for ages, so I just finally got on with it. This Humbug black and white striped jersey. I find lots of black and white striped jerseys and they're never quite right. They never have got quite a thick enough ratio of stripe, and this one hits all the boxes. So I'm hoping to get this one made before we go to Paris. I want to do the Somerset, you know, the deep bishop sleeve, you know, the deep cuff, the gable top. I'm hoping to get my black trousers or some new jeans made. I mean, likelihood none of this is going to happen, but I was thinking it'd be a really good capsule wardrobe, and this will go nicely under my pink cardi. Obviously the stripes are going that way. So those are the new projects. Just to add to, yeah, more sewing projects. Drawer full of fabric there as well, and loads of ideas bursting out. But that's what we love, isn't it? And I think that's why you come here, because you like to see what I'm up to, and I love to hear what you've been up to. So I hope you've enjoyed today's catch up of the end of the year, the beginning of the year as we're going forward. Hope you're getting all of your things sorted and planning going, you know, for where you want to be. Anyway, please chat and comment below. Tell me what you think, any ideas. I always love to hear from you. Sorry if I'm missing some of your comments. They're just not showing up, and I'm having to go to YouTube Studio and sort of dig deep to find them. I don't know how to sort that blip out, but hopefully that doesn't remain. But please comment, I will find you. And please subscribe if you don't already, if you enjoyed this video. And until next time, have a lovely week, whatever you're up to, and I shall see you very soon. Thanks for stopping by.